Hey guys, what's up? My name is Nathan from Nzone Gaming. Welcome back to another episode of Farming Simulator. It's going to be the third installment, so technically the fourth episode, but the third one in a row. We're going strong. We're pushing these videos out. There's not a big break in between thanks to this quarantine life. I'm getting a lot of extra free time, and I'm not going to complain. The content's getting rolled out, and everything is good. Farming Simulator 19, again, is the game of my choice. My favorite game, by far, that I have on my PlayStation. And it'll be pretty evident. As soon as we launch into career, we choose save game 3, Lone Oak Farm 19, 72 hours and 18 minutes. If you remember, in the second episode, we reached 70 hours. 70 hours of recorded or of game time on the map. So a personal achievement for me. Huge. We're going to be on our way to 100. And I feel like the episode, when I reach 100 save game hours, is going to be a huge episode. We're going to go all out. It might be an hour long episode. I've been trying to keep my videos, and I guess the crazy thing about the date of this recording is the date I just finished editing episode 2. So the first one starting up the series. And I kept that around 34 minutes. I think 34 minutes is what it says. But you guys would already know that. So I'm going to try to keep these around half an hour videos. I don't want to make them too much longer because I want to keep the engagement up. And I actually found I put an hour and a half of recording for that episode into 30 minutes. So it is possible, it is doable, and you guys will get a lot of content and a lot of progress on this farm. Plus, being able to record for an hour, hour and a half adds up to those 100 hours, which is the goal. Unfortunately, I think it might take just a little bit of time, mainly because normally I go on here on a weekend, on a Saturday or a Sunday, and sit down for 4 hours at a time. Well, I can't quite record for 4 hours long in one video, so it might be a little bit more segmented, and the progress might slow a little bit, but nonetheless, the videos are not going to stop churning out. In fact, the day of this recording, I recorded the episode before this the same day, so I'm back in the saddle once again with a couple hours break for supper and find some caffeine. Mountain Dew Zero Sugar. So it's got caffeine in it, but no extra sugars that I don't need, especially during this time of low-lying quarantine. Not a lot of opportunities to exercise, but we'll get into the game without further ado. Alrighty, we are back in the game, back in the bedroom, where you start out. So, last episode, which is going to be a lot easier to remember for me, we kind of cleaned up. We finished fertilizing field 42. It's going to need one more layer of fertilizer, though. If you take a gander at my soil composition map, you can see the combined fields and field 42 are going to need one more layer of fertilizer. And I plan on doing that, I don't know, probably during one of the summer days when the crops are little. That's my plan, at least. As well as the other field. And then we might take a look at field 33 and see if there's something we can do about it with it. I feel like we could cultivate it up, plow it up, get that cement stuff that was put there, see if we can cultivate it back into a field and get some actual, just make sure that we have grass planted there, because I'm starting to get back in the animal aspect. Last episode we bought chickens. chickens, which I have mapped on my phone. Info about them, we're going to be tracking their progress. So, let's see. Yeah, so we'll make a decision about 33 later in the episode, but for right now we know that 42 and the combined fields 30-32, they're going to need a little work, so we will make a decision. And I'm also seeing a yellow dot in the farm barn, so as an inquisitive young man, we're going to go check it out and see what hidden gem is in here. Or is it beside it? Not beside it. Is there anything in here? Oh, good heavens. It's a weight. 2,400. Well, let's sell that since no one is using it. I have kind of gone away from the using of weights on tractors. There is no more real need. I know in Farm Sim 17 I used them all the time because I had tiny tractors, and I actually had the mods for the, I think it was like real dirt or whatever, so your like tires would slip, so you needed the actual weight to balance it out and everything. This doesn't quite have that level of intensity, and ooh, we have some slurry left over. Maybe one day we'll get the fertilizers out, because I know I piled up some manure there. And this grass pile is what's going to get huge. That's right, I said huge. It's going to grow. So right now, we have the full silo for soybeans. You can see in the yellow under the soybeans, 500,000 out of 500,000 capacity, so plumb full. We got nothing else, and eggs are gonna be a big seller once we get a lot. And what else? I guess our next crop, what do we want it to be? We planted wheat, which is by far one of the lower sellers, but the reason behind wheat was to have the extra straw. And now that we have our chickens, they do eat wheat as their food, and potatoes are just too much work, so don't even bring up potatoes. Cotton would be fun, but it's also different. It does make good money though. So if we're looking for money makers, soybean and cotton, right up there. So maybe we'll experiment. If we get enough wheat and we get enough straw to accomplish what we need to accomplish, then maybe I'll consider planting field, is it 41? We'll consider planting that cotton, just like I said, for the fun of it, to say, hey, we harvested cotton. But yeah, we got our chickens. They're going strong. In fact, well, I don't think we'll double them quite yet. There's not a need for it in the current moment / time. Let's see. I guess we could do, I said we were going to check on the servicing of vehicles. So we'll go from lowest to the quad track. The one that did all the work, it's down to an 88% service, so we could fix it up. We could do a lot of repairs on these and keep them in tip-top shape. There's an option to repaint, but I also know repainting's like $15,000 on some vehicles, so probably not the repaint, but I certainly want the ones with the most hours to be serviced, except for the fact that it looks like the one with the most hours is probably the best serviced. So I'll see. Again, I really had no clear vision as of yet. I haven't seen anything that Unless we can plant grass. Well, technically we can harvest grass today. However, what I am concerned with... Oops. I'm going to use my little handheld metering device to measure the height of the grass and see it's only 67% grown for the grass. That is what worries me, is we're going to cut the grass and we're not going to get a full cut to make it worth it. To make it worth it to go around and try to cut grass. However, I believe I have the mod, yes, for a mower like this. Only problem, I don't have a place to put the grass. Actually, yeah, I do. Well, let's buy ourselves a mower. It's about time we straightened up the farm. And we're gonna do that shipping cheat, or whatever you want to call it. I don't really call it a cheat because it's not cheating. And AgriXJS is having what looks like a great demand. Wish we could check it out, but we're going to be busy here on our mower. I'm going to turn up the steering sensitivity on this one. Since it is a mower, I want to be able to whip it back and forth very quickly. And we're just going to kind of mow this area up, get it looking all nice and fresh, and it should kill some time. Alright, well, we got the first load, and I'm realizing how long this might actually take. Due in part to the fact that this mower goes 7 miles an hour, and we have to drive from kind of our main farmyard area, basically from one side to the other, but the more grass we get, the better it turns into chaff, and then we can take the chaff and turn it into silage and go sell it at the biogas plants or give it to our cattle. So it is a good deal overall. We'll unload it right here. Kind of do a slow drive forward thingy. We really should have gone to like the very back corner and just started piling it up, but the flatter I can get it, probably the better. Okay guys, I am realizing that this is going to take a long time, and that not even a super 20 times faster time lapse is probably going to help with this footage. So, what should we do? Should we lease some equipment and have some fun? That sounds like a good idea to me. Thank you all who thought that as well. So in the last episode we were going through some of the John Deere's and Case's stuff, and I ran upon a mod that I had. So we're going to try it. We're going to test it out. We're going to go check it out at first. Because if it turns out to not be what it is that we need, then we're in trouble. But on the odd chance that it is exactly what we need, we'll be in shape. And this is what I'm talking about, the 9000 Series Pro. It is a forage harvester, which means it produces chaff and then turns it into silage. So my hope is that it has a grass mower header. This one... See, the problem is I see them all and I have no idea what they do. You think that's a problem? Yeah, I do too. That looks like it's just for corn forage. My guess is this one is too. Yep. And all of them are. Well, darn it. So we could either get the John Deere mowers, or we could go into the forage harvest. Actually, the mowers, I believe, is what we would want. Yeah. They're just going to cut it and leave it all on the ground is my problem with these. With the forage harvesters, if I get a big X, then I can go down to forage harvester, headers, and the big X actually has a grass one that will, I think that's pick up, but it has this X disc, which will actually harvest the grass, which is exactly what we need. And then we just have to have a trailer behind it, or beside it, so behind it. So we're going to lease this, and we're going to go back to the forage harvesters. We're going to get the Krone Big X. I'm not too picky. Whatever looks fine, I guess. We're just leasing it, so and then we're going to need a trailer to pull behind it. Something a little bit bigger, like this. And we're going to lease that as well. We're going to hop in. First things first, we got to make sure this trailer attaches. If it doesn't, I will cry. Crying ensues because the trailer doesn't fit. Good thing is, it's all listed under the leased vehicles, so I know exactly where to go to find it. So now what? Try this one? Because we just tried that one. What about this one? What about the Bandit? Are you gonna work? I don't know. Of course you're gonna move over there. And it doesn't work either. What are we supposed to do? They all said. I don't know. Let's try this one. This has gotta work. It's gonna be a pain in the rear end to back up because it's got the rotating axle. But hey, they never said it was gonna be easy. And it's not. Yeah, it's gonna be a pain. Ooh, yep. That's the first dent in the leased vehicle. Just one. What'd I tell you? It's gonna be a pain in the rear end to back up. That's why I don't like trailers like this. But hey, for funny vlog moments, or for funny video moments, I'll do it. I'll do it, Chief. I need to get over. Okay. Now let's go like that. We can't swing the rear end! And then we went too far. If I can stay at an angle. Yeah, okay. We're going to take our time to go back here. Swing around. Stupid fence. Swing way before the fence. Not swing for the fence, but swing before it. Or we could have just detached the trailer and gone back again. But now we're set up. Now we are in business. I just realized something. I'm gonna have to drive all this back. Let's take a moment to save the game so that Nathan can reflect on the stupid decision he has just made. Hop out. Go back. The save games always seem to happen at the right times, you know, just when you're not getting frustrated. And they give you enough time to think properly. I've been preaching about using this so-called no pickup service, and then I don't even use it when it's time. Also, when you unfold it, it gets larger and taller. This is folded. Nice and down there. This is unfolded. Yeah, you gotta go kind of airborne, eh? We're gonna take this to everything grass we own. Kick out the pipe. I unfolded the pipe. Let's go to town. It's gonna mow so much faster. All this piles up in this trailer very nicely. Alright. Another sort of montage time? I don't know. Alrighty, so we got our first full trailer. Instead of just a small little mower, we got our first trailer full of grass. 21,000 liters. I think it's the measuring unit in this game. That's what it said on the eggs and everything, so we're gonna go with it. And we're gonna try to figure out this mess of how to unload, which side it's unloading on. I hope it unloads on the right, but I'm gonna have to turn on that help menu just to double check. Not that I need help with the controls, it's that I want to double check. That was really weird. Which side? You're tipping out of the back, so that wouldn't have been good at all. But if we tip out of the right, hopefully we have enough room to swing around. That, or we're going to have to detach and let a tractor turn us around, which we should have done. So, that's how to avoid a catastrophic mess. Alrighty guys, visibility is getting a little difficult for me, not gonna lie. It is 20:38, 8:38, about the time we went to sleep last save game, so I'm thinking I'm gonna finish up this pass, we're gonna put the cover on, and we are gonna call it, at least for now, good. Fold her down, turn her off, and we're gonna head back after I show you this cool little machine in the ground, which you guys are probably like, what is it? It is a ramp that has things on the end so the tractor can't go off. Don't ask me why. I felt like maybe one day we'll need it. So far that day hasn't come. Alright. Anyway, we're gonna get our math failed me, so it's 3 hours to 24. We want to wake up at 6, 9 hours of sleep. Let's get it. And you're gonna be able to hang out with me the next day, the first day of summer. The days are long and warm in summer. It is time to make hay and watch the crops grow, I believe is what it said. It closed too fast. But the days get longer, which is how we're able to wake up at 6:52 and for there to be light. And since this is the morning, it only makes sense that you feed your dog again. This is the ideal time to re-fertilize that other field. Actually, the other fields. Will we do it? I don't know. But yeah, I think what we should do is, I can't see that. So we're not going to fertilize. Mainly because I can't see what I'd be fertilizing. We're going to go to... Sorry, wrong equipment. We were talking about fertilizer, and I was on a mower talking about fertilizer. I couldn't see what I'd be mowing. So instead we're going to fertilize, because hopefully I'll be able to see that. We are running low on solid fertilizer, which is a problem. What I'm going to do is I'm going to hire a worker, and they're going to get as far as they can on this field. And we're going to start them down at the other end. And we're going to see just how far they can get. Meanwhile, we'll take a flatbed, rent out a pallet, not a pallet. Words and terms are escaping me right now, folks. I am so sorry. A forklift. That's it. We have a skid loader here at the farm. Normally, I rent a forklift, or at least a forklift every time I need to use it. Oh! A little late spawn. The crops are growing now. The question is, will we destroy the crops by running them over? First test shows no. And just to double check that our crop destruction is on, we're gonna save the autosave and check that crop destruction indeed is on. So if these crops were in a destruction state, we would know. This backing up job didn't do too hot. But boom, go, fertilize, be free, make the ground darker in some areas. We're gonna go to this pickup, and we actually have to drive there and drive back from the store because pallets cannot be reset since they are not vehicles or tools. So we're gonna take our handy dandy trailer, fifth wheel hitch trailer, and we're gonna go pick them up at a blistering speed of 75 miles an hour. Alrighty, we are here, and it's time to lease the forklift. It is under miscellaneous right here. Calls it a telehandler, but if you know that it is actually a forklift. Next, we need to go buy our pallets of fertilizer, and again with the modded Pioneer bags. They look really cool when you empty them, and it's about $1 a liter. It costs 2,500. It has 2,400 liters, so the ratio isn't quite even, but it's good enough. And if you could lease them, I guess they'd be cheap, but you can't lease something that you're gonna use all up. So we're gonna we already have one pallet, so I think 4 pallets will fit them on the trailer nicely. And we will go to work in our brand new leased forklift. Now this one you can kind of go first person for because it has more of a clear front, unlike the JCB Teleskid. So we got that one up and on, and we're gonna slowly, so as to avoid any glitches in the game, going to very gently maneuver into a position where we can set them down, pull back a little bit, reverse on out of there, and just like that, without any big glitches, we have fertilizer on the trailer, and I hit the other pallet. We also have like a half-empty pallet over there too. So, if anyone wants to hop into the save game and borrow half a pallet, be my guest, which you can't do, so forget I said anything. Okay, it's almost on. It's at that annoying stage. And we're going to take this to the other side and let the other side have to deal with it. It's on. Back up. Uh-oh. No, it's not on. Back, down, and all the way out. And now, it is on. Like Donkey Kong. And then I usually, for the sake of any other customer, quote-unquote customer, that comes in here, you know, the natural, normal thing to do is just to back your forklift up and let it sit there as you go tie down the load with the straps. Right there, right there, right there, right there. And we're just going to do that one for fun. And hey, the pickup has straps too. Now that we are loaded down with fertilizer, it's time to take it back. And we'll check back in with you when we get there. Alrighty, back at the farm. And we actually went straight to the field. We are just going to pull up by this guy. And hop over. Hit refill, refill. And we're going to do 2 pallets full into this for the time being, and if it needs more, we have more pallets. But I like the way these pallets look, and when you go to unload the fertilizer, it doesn't look the greatest. And you know what, let's just be fair, because we have another field to do, so we're going to put in the 3 pallets, and hopefully that powers us through this field, and then we'll go to the next field. And so we're going to unload that, and then hit hire. Turn it on first, and then hire the worker. And it's going to be blocked by an object until it's not. And off to work it goes in the same place it was before. And we're going to take the truck back. We're going to actually leave the pallets of fertilizer on there because I have a feeling we're going to need to fill up again, and to have them mobile is something that is actually just came in handy. So yeah, we're gonna keep them in there. And look at that, crops growing in every field. I don't want to speak too fast, but I do believe there's crops in the other field, and our grass grew back right after we mowed it. So all progress on the grass is lost, which is an okay thing, because that means there's more for us to cut. And just to confirm, all fields have crops growing in them, which makes me happy that the crop planting succeeded. That means we are going to have a harvest this year. And it will be a major one. Alrighty, I believe we are done. We're going to auto-save that content real quick, but I do believe the fertilizer is done on this field. And yes, it's a little patchy, but for the majority, it's at least on the second stage. So we're going to call that good. Good enough, I think, is the term we're going to use. Actually, not good enough, because there is a spot that they have. I hired a worker there for a little bit so I could go hands off and get a little do a little teaser video, or not necessarily teaser, but put a little update telling people that hey, Farming Simulator's coming out, and by now you've probably already seen that video. It's April 17th upload. I think it's just gonna be called April 17th 2020, at least that's what my phone is calling it. And but yeah, if you're watching this, you've probably seen that. Get you ready, get you excited for what is to come on the channel. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to pull into a spot, most likely over here by the seed, and click unload. There's the fertilizer. Fertilizer spreader, you were amazing while we had you. Thank you for the hard work you did. You gone. And we have extra fertilizer to spare. Meanwhile, this tractor is going to go get washed off, and then we're going to park it and maybe simulate or speed up the rest of the day. Move on to where we can actually start hauling some grain. That is the most exciting part, or at least the part I'm most excited about, is being able to reap the rewards of having a good harvest and putting in some hard work. And for the channel, it'll be the first time selling grain ever, so that's kind of a cool fact. But yeah, that's clean. We might be able to spin a Yui, and yes, we will. We'll go park this back in the shed, go sit in the house, fast forward till it gets to about 2,000 hours. And then from there, we will sleep. Whatever that is doing graphically, I don't know. Right there. And that door can stay open. I'm not too worried about it. We'll feed the dog, we'll go inside, fast forward time, and we'll catch you in the morning. Alright guys, it's the next day. Unfortunately, I went back and saw how much time I had already captured, up to an hour's worth of content, and I know it's going to be trimmed down, and it'll be a little tough to fit that all within a 30 to 45 minute time range. So we are not going to get around to hauling grain in this video, but in the next one, count it, be ready, anticipate getting to haul grain in the next video. And this was just kind of a random chores video, I guess. So but yeah, transporting grain is going to be the next episode, and then we'll see how far that takes us. We'll check on chickens. We'll probably have enough eggs by then. Right now we have 39 liters of eggs. I think each packet is 80, so who knows. But until then, my name is Nathan. This has been Nzone Gaming, and we'll see you guys next time. Peace.